Hey friends, the DeFi Doctor here. I'm the head of education at Decentralized Masters. Today, I'll show you exactly how yield farming works and the 5 most profitable strategies. I've personally tested dozens of protocols, and at Decentralized Masters, we've helped thousands of investors generate consistent returns regardless of market conditions. In this video, I'll break down everything from simple liquidity provision to advanced multi-step strategies that can multiply your yields. Yield farming is how you put your crypto assets to work instead of letting them sit idle. Think of it like this. If traditional banking is putting your money in a savings account for 1 to 2% interest, yield farming is like becoming your own bank yourself, earning fees and rewards from providing capital to DeFi ecosystems. At its core, yield farming involves locking your crypto into smart contracts to earn rewards. These rewards typically come in 3 different forms: trading fees from decentralized exchanges, interest from lending protocols, token incentives from the protocols. The beauty of yield farming is that it's permissionless. You don't need approval from anyone. No credit checks, no minimum balances, no restrictions on withdrawals. Just you, your assets, and the protocol. Strategy 1. Simple liquidity provision. The most basic form of yield farming is providing liquidity to decentralized exchanges like Uniswap, PancakeSwap, or Curve Finance. Here's how it works. You deposit equal values of 2 tokens, like ETH and USDC, into a liquidity pool. Whenever someone trades between these 2 tokens, they pay you a small fee, typically 0.3% of the trade. As a liquidity provider, you earn a portion of these fees proportional to your share of the pool. Even basic liquidity provision can generate 5 to 20% APY on stablecoin pairs and 10 to 30% on more volatile pairs. The key is choosing the right pools with sustained trading volume. But here's the catch: impermanent loss. If the price ratio between the 2 tokens changes significantly, you could end up with less value than if you just held them separately. This is why many farmers prefer stablecoin pairs like USDC to USDT, where both assets maintain the same price, minimizing impermanent loss. Strategy 2. Lending and borrowing loops. The next level up is using lending platforms like Aave, Compound, or Euler. In its simplest form, you deposit your assets as collateral and earn interest when others borrow them. Current rates range from 3 to 8% for major assets like ETH and USDC, but can go much higher for assets in high demand. But here's where it gets interesting. Advanced farmers use what's called a loop strategy. Number 1, deposit asset A as collateral. Number 2, borrow asset B against your collateral. Number 3, swap asset B back to asset A. Number 4, deposit that additional asset A as collateral. Number 5, repeat steps 2 to 4 carefully. This creates leverage, multiplying your exposure and potential returns. With a 3x leverage, a basic 5% yield can become 15%. However, this substantially increases your liquidation risk. One market crash and your position could be liquidated. I only recommend this strategy for experienced users who understand risk management and can monitor their positions daily. Strategy 3. Concentrated liquidity. Concentrated liquidity, pioneered by Uniswap v3 and now adopted by many DEXs, lets you focus your capital in specific price ranges instead of the entire spectrum. This is like being a market maker who only operates in price zones where most trading happens. By concentrating your liquidity, you can generate 3 to 5 times higher returns than traditional liquidity provision with the same amount of capital. For example, if ETH is trading at around $5,000, you might concentrate your liquidity between $4,800 and $5,200, where 90% of the trading happens. This means your capital is working much harder in that range. The downside, you need to actively manage your positions. If the price drops or moves outside your range, you stop earning fees until you reposition. This requires more attention but can dramatically improve returns for those willing to put in the work. Strategy 4. Liquid staking derivatives. Staking rewards are great, but locked staking has a major drawback. Your capital is not accessible. This is where liquid staking derivatives come in. When you stake ETH through services like Lido or Rocket Pool, you receive STETH or RETH in return. These tokens represent your staked ETH and can be used through the DeFi ecosystem while your original ETH continues earning staking rewards. The real power comes from what you do next. you can provide staked ETH and ETH liquidity on Curve for additional fees. You can use staked ETH as collateral on Aave and borrow more assets. You can farm additional token incentives by depositing staked ETH into various protocols. This strategy lets you double dip, earning the base staking yield around 3 to 4% on ETH, plus whatever yield you generate with the liquid staking token. Combined yields often reach 10 to 15% with moderate risk. Strategy 5, real yield farming. And the final strategy I want to share today is what we call real yield farming, focusing on protocols that distribute actual protocol revenue rather than just inflationary token emissions. Many DeFi protocols now share their fee revenue with token holders or liquidity providers. This creates sustainable yields backed by real cash flow, not just token inflation. Examples include GMX, which shares trading fees with GLP providers; Gains Network, distributing trading fees to liquidity providers; Pendle, which allows trading of future yield; Synthetics, sharing exchange fees with stakers. These protocols typically generate 8 to 20% APY in sustainable yields, often paid in stablecoins or ETH rather than their native tokens. This reduces your exposure to token price drops that can wipe out your farming returns. Now, before you rush off to start farming, understand the risks. Number 1, smart contract risks. Bugs or exploits can lead to complete loss of funds. Stick to audited, battle-tested protocols when possible. Number 2, economic attacks. Flash loan attacks, Oracle manipulations, and other DeFi-specific exploits can drain pools quickly. Number 3, impermanent loss. Price changes between paired assets can reduce your returns significantly, sometimes outweighing the rewards entirely. Number 4, token value risk. Many farming rewards come as governance tokens that can rapidly decline in value, turning your high APY into a net loss. Number 5, gas costs. On the Ethereum mainnet, transaction fees can eat into profits for smaller farmers. Consider L2s like Arbitrum or Optimism for much lower fees. If you're new to yield farming, here's my advice. Number 1, start with established protocols on major chains. Number 2, begin with simple strategies before trying complex ones. Number 3, only farm with money you can afford to lose. Number 4, understand the underlying tokens and mechanisms. Number 5, use portfolio trackers to monitor your positions. The most important rule of farming: if the yield seems too good to be true, it probably is. Sustainable farming is about consistent, moderate returns, not chasing 1000% APYs that disappear overnight. Yield farming remains one of DeFi's most powerful tools for generating passive income. From simple liquidity provision to complex strategies, there are options for every risk tolerance and experience level. Remember that the DeFi landscape evolves quickly. What works today might not work tomorrow. Stay informed, start small, and never stop learning. Thanks for tuning in, my friends. If you found this breakdown helpful, subscribe and hit that like button. Let me know in the comments which yield farming strategy you're most interested in. On that note, stay sharp, stay decentralized, and I'll see you in the next one.